Giggity, giggity. Giggity, goo.
Feeling lonely?
I am.
Want someone to talk to?
I do.
At a point in life where you're willing to make a long-term commitment?
We are.
Then we have a solution for you. Introducing marriage, a 4,000-year-old social construct that takes consenting adults on a lifelong journey of personal growth. Possible side effects include chronic irritation, chronic fatigue, nausea, weight gain, lying, extreme annoyance, loss of hearing, loss of vision, loss of looks, loss of the will to live, resentment, a difference of opinion of what's appropriate and not appropriate to do during sex, stopping the game to explain past interference, day drinking, night drinking, lying about day drinking and night drinking, attempting to reaffirm your manhood by purchasing a motorcycle, not laughing when he pulls up on that motorcycle, becoming your parent, and children. Ask your doctor if marriage is right for you. Unless he's married. Then maybe seek another opinion.
This is not headline news. Today is National State Fair Food Day. And totally by coincidence, it's also National Clogged Artery Awareness Day. Lena Dunham canceled her latest movie. Lena Dunham is at the point in her career where even Lena Dunham doesn't want to watch Lena Dunham. Whoopi Goldberg has written a comic book about a woman who gets superpowers from menopause. It's called Has Lots of Cats Woman. And Target is going to stop accepting checks. So tough news for senior citizens who will have to find a new way to turn a checkout line into an eternal hellscape. This is not headline news.
Lean forward slightly. Look straight at the speaker. And listen with a sparkle in your eye. As though you might be thinking, gee, this is the most wonderful thing I ever heard in all my life.
Hoo-ah!
Wake up, grab a cup of joe. It's Charlie County Speaks. Ken Lovejoy and he's a real McCoy. 4 days a week. Yeah, gonna tell you like it is and give it to you straight. Local, state, and national, these issues they can't wait. And it's Charlie County Speaks. Charlie County Speaks. Charlie County Speaks. Oh yeah, Charlie County Speaks.
In this present crisis, government is not the solution to our problem. Government is the problem.
This is Charlotte County Speaks, your chance to let your voice be heard on local, state, and national issues. And now, broadcasting live from a dumpy little warehouse behind a Taco Bell, the host of Charlotte County Speaks, Ken Lovejoy.
And away we go.
And away we're going. News Radio 1580 and 100.9 FM. WCCF, this is Charlotte County Speaks. Ken Lovejoy with you at 9:11 on a Thursday. Phone lines are open for you at 941-206-1580. Toll free 888-441-1580. You can email us. The address ccspeaks@live.com. Miss a show, head to our homepage at wccfradio.com. Scroll down to the podcast section, and there we all are, and there he all is. Once again, it's Mike Imbasciani, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing?
Good, sir. Good to see you. Good morning.
All right. Everything okay?
Things are good.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Weekend ahead.
This is your last show for several weeks, going back to Georgia.
I will do my
best. You're going
best
to pretend to do some work.
Yes, and I will do my best to try to Skype from the mountain lands.
And we can't wait for that delay.
Oh, yeah. So, it should be all right.
All right. Rounding out Judge Candidate Week, it's just kind of the way the schedule fell.
Yeah.
We've got Scott Weinberg in the house. Scott, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, thanks, Ken.
Scott is a candidate also for Charlotte County Court Judge Group 2.
3.
Oh, okay, that's right. John Burns in there, snuck up there above you. Nobody's running against him. So he's already got it. So Scott, a lot of new people here. You've been on the show before, but there's a lot of new voters here in Charlotte County. So tell everybody, just like I had all the other candidates do, tell everybody who Scott Weinberg is, how you, where you come from, where you grew up, how you got involved in lawyering, and why you want to become a judge.
Sure. Thank you, Ken. And it's always a pleasure to be on your show. Pretty much every highlight of my career, I've always come to your radio station to either say the highlights or the lowlights of how my career's been going since I started. I was originally from Chicago, and then I grew up just outside of Washington, D.C. Both my parents were attorneys, so I basically knew how to object before I could walk. From there, I went to college at Marsh University in West Virginia. Then I went to law school in Michigan, and I came to Charlotte County back in 2010, where I started as a prosecutor. After doing that for about a year and a half, I went to a law firm called Brown, Suarez, and Rios. It eventually became Brown, Suarez, Rios, and Weinberg. And I've been representing people in Charlotte County, across the nation, and all over the state of Florida since then.
And what are some of the highlights? Why law? Why?
Well, some of the highlights of my career, frankly, have been I won a stand your ground murder case in Pinellas County. I represented Josh Putter on a federal case. He was a local CEO of HMA Hospital who was, in my opinion, wrongly indicted by the feds. We ended up having a 14-day trial and got not guilty. And then I came on your show and talked about it.
I remember that.
You know, I've had lots of highlights locally. Also, obviously, I just represented a few gentlemen involved in the January 6th incident. One of them got pretty big national notoriety. And recently, the Supreme Court overturned or at least they're going to overturn 2 of the counts that he was convicted of. So that's one of the highlights. The other highlight of my career has been, honestly, this campaign. Since I announced running for judge, I've gotten a lot of support from a lot of people, both attorneys. I think I have over 50 local attorneys from big, small firms that have signed up to join the committee. I've had lots of local business people and just regular folks that have thrown their support for me. And that's been probably the highlight of my career so far.
Awesome. Great. And it's been a good career for you. Why law? How'd you get involved in law?
Well, both my parents were attorneys, so
that's why.
Well, actually, I didn't want to be an attorney, and I made sure that both of them knew that I would never be an attorney.
What'd you want to be?
I wanted to be a football coach and a history teacher.
I could see you as a football coach.
Yes.
I could see you as a
I started as a football coach and a history teacher, and I realized 2 things. One, I wasn't that good at football.
Well, you don't have to be. You don't have to be a good coach.
Yeah.
Well, then the other part was the teaching. I realized after my first day of student teaching that dealing with criminals and prosecutors would be easier than dealing with teenagers. And so that night I applied for law school, and the rest is history.
Yeah, there you go.
But this is it's in my blood. This is where I'm supposed to be. That's why I want to run for judge. I believe in a fair, efficient, and respectful judiciary. If you ask anybody in town about me, I treat everybody with respect, no matter who you are, where you're from, what your statute is, or what your status in life is. And I think I could bring that to the bench, and I want to carry on the legacy of Judge Allison Droney, who was a great mentor to me when I was a younger kind of knucklehead attorney, and he really shaped me up, and I want to pass that along to the future of Charlotte County.
All right. What are your hobbies? What do you do? I know you brought your daughter here with you. That's cool.
Yeah, she's here. Mila, would you like to say hello?
Hi.
Hi.
She's one of my free campaign workers.
Right. Yeah, interns.
Yes, so
summer job.
Putting out signs, don't honk at her. I have a lot of hobbies, actually. We raise chickens. We have about 4 chickens over on a place in Washington Loop. You know, recently we've been chasing.
Just like you guys.
I got
How are the
4
eggs
chickens.
doing with you?
Good. 2 to 3 a day.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good for you. So we've had some issues with raccoons lately. So I had about a good 2-year spread where no raccoons, and then we had some issues and we had to start over. So I've been chasing raccoons. We like to fish. I have a place on Prairie Creek, so we go fishing.
Nice.
I like to catch them and cook them and go for a boat ride whenever it's working. Which is why I usually go up the river in case the engine dies, so I can float back down. I'm a pretty bad carpenter, but I like to try to build things, and I love to study history and politics. Those are kind of my hobbies.
How do you see history, American history, in regards to today? Do you see us just repeating everything all over again?
I think that you can look at history, and if you look at history like a thinking man, you can see patterns of what has happened in the past and what's happening in the future. That's why I think it's very important that people study history. Anything that makes you think As a criminal defense attorney and a prosecutor, you always have to think of what's going to happen, how things will sound to a jury, how things will sound to a judge. And I think studying history will give you information about what's going to happen in the future. I'm optimistic for the future. I'm always an optimistic person.
You have to be.
I think this country's great, and I think no matter what difficulties we have, it always seems to work out for us.
Yeah.
All right. Website.
My website is scottweinbergforjudge.com. Also, it's nice to talk to people on the radio, but if you'd like to meet me in person, we are having a barbecue on July 20th at the Ridge Harbor Pavilion. That's off Cedar Road in Punta Gorda. It's being sponsored by Lee Richardson from Leroy's Southern Kitchen, Ryan Lewis from Top Notch Smokehouse, who makes excellent barbecue, Bobby Bonata from Fine Line Automotive, Jessica Goodwin from Ladies Touch Cleaning Service, and finally Scott Eby from Resurgent Optics. Also Chris Boyd from Boyd Brothers Service. They're all sponsoring it. It's free barbecue. I'd like everybody to come and meet me in person. It's a lot different from reading somebody's website than looking somebody out in the eye and shaking their hand.
And talking to them,
Yeah. And also, finally, I have been endorsed by the State Attorney Amira Fox and the Public Defender, Kathleen Smith, and I think it is because of my reputation of being fair, even-keeled, and a very good attorney.
Excellent.
All right. Excellent. Anything else?
That's it. I'd like to thank all the listeners. Don't forget to vote. The election is in August. If you'd like any yard signs or contact me, my cell phone number is easily available on the website. I'd love to talk to anybody that would like to talk, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I like talking to people.
When's that barbecue again?
That barbecue is July 20th. And I have an invitation for you, and I have an invitation for Mike.
Oh, awesome. Good.
And I will just say one last thing. I've heard a couple candidates say, if you don't know who to vote for, ask your neighbors. If I was going to ask about who's a good musician, I'd talk to Mike, because Mike knows all the musicians. If you want to know who you think should be the next county court judge, talk to your neighbors, talk to other attorneys in town, and they should steer you in the right direction.
All right. Thank you very much. It's Scott Weinberg, ladies and gentlemen, and his daughter. You want to say hi again?
Hi.
Okay. Thank you much for coming in. We appreciate your time, and we got to take a break. We'll be right back on News Radio 1580.
No doubts about it. You have become a great showman.
Ken Lovejoy's coming right back with more Charlotte County Speaks on News Radio 1580 WCCF.
Ouch! Bankruptcies at the highest level in 14 years. Yay! Bidenomics still killing it out there. 346 bankruptcy filings in the United States year to date, the most since 2010. June alone, 75 bankruptcies, higher than every single month during the COVID crisis. Again, these are some pretty ugly numbers. Again, are you hearing this anywhere? Anybody reporting on it? Any of those smiley, shiny, happy people from the Biden administration that come out and tout the wonders of Bidenomics? They happen to mention the fact that, we got companies going belly up at record levels. Nah. Watchdog on wallstreet.com.
Change, change, change. 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 Change, change, change of food. For 5 long years, I thought you were my man. But I found I'm just a Lincoln.
It's a link in the chain.
Does he really?
Ain't nothing but your food.
News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCFradio.com. Charlotte County Speaks, 924 on the money with Aretha.
Yes, and on this day.
Rena Soul.
Yes, on this day in 2023, a Michigan jury has ruled that the 2014 document found in Aretha Franklin's couch after her death was a valid will to to her multi-million-dollar estate. We need Scott back in here to talk about that.
Really. We should.
Yeah. The verdict ends a nearly 5-year legal squabble within the family. When Franklin died from pancreatic cancer in August of 2018, it was widely believed she had not prepared a will to the roughly $6 million in real estate, cash, gold records, and furs.
Yeah, she liked the furs.
Or to her music copyrights. At the heart of the dispute was what the soul superstar's 4 children would inherit.
Who got what?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Okay. Thanks, Retha.
Chain's gonna break.
206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. His chain's about ready to break because he's...
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
I am hotter than a bear butt on a tin roof in August.
It's the end of the world.
It almost is August.
Damn near.
It's hot. It's been so gloomy lately, but it doesn't want to rain.
Where are you at?
It's like
it's the Saharan dust. It's the Saharan dust that's preventing the rain, apparently. Okay. Which is okay with me because it's also preventing the hurricanes.
That's true. So Tiny D is set to take the stage in Milwaukee.
Oh, yeah?
That? Yeah, at the RNC convention, despite previous reports that he and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley...
She ain't going.
They were denied speaking slots.
She was.
Both DeSantis and Haley, of course, against Donnie T.
Yes.
Although Tiny D is claiming to be for the Donald.
Yeah.
He said, quote, "I will confirm a change in schedule that means he will now be speaking," an unnamed source involved in the convention told NBC on July 10th. So it'll be interesting to see what he has to say at the convention. I'm interested to hear what Trump has to say at the convention, and I'm interested to see who he picks as VP. Did you talk about Clooney yet? Did you talk about Clooney already the other day?
Well, other than I suggested that Barack gave the go-ahead to George to go ahead
to do that.
Say, and it appears that's the case. You got factions. You got the Barack faction.
Yep.
You got the Intel community faction. Nobody wants Joe except the squats. The squats, Clyburn, a lot of other people are behind Joe for some reason. Now I'm reading several headlines, didn't go into the stories, but we got to rally behind Joe. Joe's it. And when you look at it, really, he kind of is. I mean, the clock's ticking. It's almost how you get rid of Joe and legally put somebody else in there.
They'll do it.
Without doing it's got to be the 20.
rules.
Well, they're going to have to hurry up and do it because you got several state legislatures that they're going to have to get on.
They'll say for the power of democracy, we must change the rules so that we can have a free and fair election.
Yes, and the candy-ass, cowardly Republicans will
go along with
okay, we'll let you do it.
We can't be the bad guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So did you hear this one, Babylon B? In New Ocean's 14, George Clooney pulls off $30 million heist by tricking people into giving money to politicians before revealing he's demented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're telling me, look,
a week after they do the fundraiser?
It's a fallacy. They're pretending to be stupid.
Yeah.
They're pretending to not have seen what everybody else has seen for the last 3 years, and that is that Joe Biden has been mentally and physically unfit to handle the job of president. He's been propped up. He's been nothing but a puppet for the people who are pulling the strings behind him.
Yes.
And he is not in good shape. And now that it's too late, for some reason, which makes me believe that something's being choreographed behind the scenes.
I'm telling you,
and this is all part of it. Because how can Clooney? And he even said, "This is the same guy I saw at the." Yeah, he's not ready for it. Well, why did?
Yeah, then
taking all the
why
money?
Did you say it then? Why did you wait till everybody else is starting to say it?
He looks like he's getting Ozempic face too.
Clooney?
Yeah, look at that face. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's just getting old.
And so talking about they're choreographing something, but before that, another Babylon Bee. Biden's mind has deteriorated so much he's even forgotten corn pop. And then Mia Farrow is also turning on Joe Biden. But talking about...
Mia Farrow.
I know.
Yeah, all these... Let me try to regain my relevance, please.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah. And
it's like Jane Fonda crying.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And speaking of something up their sleeve, Macron informs the French people no new government for a while as no one won in his snap election.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Well, because he kissed the ass of the far left for the second round to try and band them together to keep the Le Pen from winning a bunch of seats. And what winds up happening is the far left winds up almost taken over.
Yeah. So there will be no new prime minister or government appointed for some time, Macron said in a nationally published letter.
France is dead. France is going to be a smoldering Marxist caliphate here pretty soon.
As he talked up his role as, quote, protector of the higher interests of the nation.
That's what you get for, when you elect a femme as president, they treat him like a femme. And look at what the migrants have done in France.
Yep.
How many churches are on fire currently in France?
Yeah.
It's National 7-Eleven Day.
Oh. We can go get our free Slurpee.
Free Slurpee for you. You get to go get a free Slurpee. You can take the pink Slurpee. If there's a blue Slurpee, you can have that too. You can mix the colors.
Can you mix the colors?
You can mix the colors. I will let you mix the colors if you would like to mix the colors. National Mojito Day. Never had a mojito. I'm not really into the mixed drinks.
No.
Yeah.
Take
my liquor straight
Burn
or
Notice.
beer.
Remember that show, Burn Notice?
Uh-huh.
Sam Axe used to drink the mojitos all the time in Miami there. So when my dad and I went to Miami, my dad tried one. He was like, not that great.
No, not that great.
A lot of mint leaves,
Yeah.
You know what? When I was in Key West, I did have a orange something mojito. That was good. I do remember that.
Okay.
It was almost like a Slurpee.
All-American Pet Photo Day.
Oh.
Take a picture of your pet.
Going to take like the prom
post
photo
it on all
your
your here we go. Still early. Somebody could still bring us
one.
Blueberry muffins. It's National Blueberry Muffin Day.
Didn't I get you a blueberry fritter one time?
Did you?
I
think you told me they made them.
No, I did bring them.
Did you bring one?
Yeah.
I don't remember that one. National Rainier Cherry Day.
What is that?
I'm thinking it must be cherries that grow near Mount Rainier.
Maybe.
Let's look. National Rainier Cherry Day on July 11th recognizes the cherry variety named after Mount Rainier. In 1952, Harry Fogel of Washington State University, go Cougs, developed the Rainier cherry by crossbreeding the Big and the Van cherry varieties. They're sweet cherries, have a thin skin and a thin, creamy, yellowish flesh.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
There you go. Wait, we have another holiday here.
Another
I'm just waiting for it to reroute back to the page. And National Cheer Up the Lonely Day.
Aww.
Cheer up
I'm here for
lonely.
you. You're here for me.
Aww. Isn't that cute? Weren't you supposed to be bitching about something?
I did.
George Clooney? That's all you got?
I had other
Everybody
things.
knows he's a douche.
Well, yeah. I bitched about Macron.
Everybody knows he's a douche.
Well, right.
You're supposed to bring something new to the table. A new douche.
Did you hear? This isn't a new douche, but did you hear another Jay Sixer here who's famous? Hollywood veteran Jay Sixer accepted a plea deal for alleged involvement in the Capitol riot. Jay Johnson is an actor. He's been in a bunch of stuff, including. Did you ever watch Bob's Burgers? The animated show? Yeah. Jimmy Pesto?
Yeah.
The guy, that's him.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy who voiced him. Hollywood veteran actor Jay Johnson has accepted a plea deal for his involvement in the Capitol shenanigans. Johnson, who has written for and appeared in a series or comedic film and television programs over his 30-year career, was previously scheduled to getting bitten by an ant.
I'm sorry. I just went to Breitbart and a picture of Mia Farrow popped up.
Oh, yeah. See? I just
What the
saw
hell
that
happened
article.
to her? She used to be very pretty. Damn.
Well, he was previously scheduled to face trial this month, though he accepted a civil disorder felony plea deal on Monday.
Good.
For allegedly obstructing officers during Capitol riot. Nick Searcy, We love Nick Searcy. We applaud Nick Searcy.
Oh, we love
the Nick
Searcy.
He tweeted out, Jay Johnson caught a police shield being passed through the crowd, handed it back to a policeman, and they called that assault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I'm telling you, the whole thing was a setup.
He kind of looks
Capitol
like Jimmy
Police,
Pesto.
the FBI, the Democrats, all anti-American, anti-freedom, tyrannical rat bastards.
Yep.
Every one of them. No, there's no good ones. Sorry.
Yeah.
There just isn't.
And the FBI alleged that during the riot, Johnson participated with other rioters by taking a shield from one officer and using it to push back other police, Capitol Police officers before giving the shield to others in the crowd. So, stupid. And then, of course, in 2021, the FBI raided his home and held him at gunpoint in front of his family in their yard.
What about the guy who the FBI goes to his house to try to recruit him? He said no. He didn't even go to January 6th. He said no, he wasn't going to help him, and then posted the video about them showing up at his house.
Yeah.
And they arrested him, and he's
of course
thrown in jail up there.
Of course, yeah.
What? They're scum.
Yeah.
They're scum.
Yeah.
Scum.
Johnson has appeared in films like Men in Black 2, Anchorman, Tenacious D, and The Pick of Destiny. And, he voiced Jimmy Pesto on Bob's Burgers until 2021 when he got arrested. Ridiculous.
So who's Trump picking?
I don't know. Ben Carson hasn't even really been talked about much lately.
Well, no, the media doesn't want to talk about it.
No. Vivek has been seen in a lot of things. Vivek was at the debate as well, and Trump had hinted that it was going to be somebody at the debate. I don't know. I think
there was a lot of people at the debate.
I know. I don't think it should be J.D. Vance. I don't think it should be Burgum. I don't think it should be...
Burgum I'd make energy secretary, but I wouldn't give him the VP nod.
Somebody said...
And Vance, I don't like...
no.
There's something about a guy who was so rabidly never Trump and then all of a sudden isn't. That's suspicious to me.
Yeah, and again, we don't want... Whether he's good or not, we don't need to lose any more senators. And same thing, you can't have anybody from Florida. Why everybody is so rampant talking about Rubio?
The comb-over ain't getting the nod,
No.
man. He's not getting the nod.
Even Byron Donalds, as great as he would be, he's from Florida.
They're both from Florida. Can't do it. We already know that. So why does the news keep talking about
because they want
Lil Marco?
They want to do the limited hangout. They want to gaslight people, and they want to talk about, he could do it. He could be the person. He can't do it because people need to realize the actual truth.
Kilmeade, who's kind of a douche, says, word is you won't pick J.D. Vance because of his facial hair. Is that true?
Oh, I started to see
And then Trump says, no, he looks good. Young Abraham Lincoln.
Young Abraham.
Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really...
I don't know. We don't know. We'll find out next week in Wisconsin.
I know. I'm excited to see it.
Should be fun.
Yeah.
Should be a thrill a minute.
Oh, yeah. Somebody said that Vivek would be good as what's the chief of staff.
Yeah, I think he could definitely play a role in the administration. But again, VP,
I think it has to be somebody.
Because again, he's too new. This guy's just out of the gate claiming these conservative bona fides. We've been screwed more than once. He's got to earn it. He's got to pay his dues, and he hasn't paid him yet, in my opinion.
I don't know.
He's got a role in the administration, but VP ain't it.
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I think he sounds good. He looks good.
That's the whole point.
Well,
so did another guy back in 2008.
Yeah, well, it worked.
Sounded good, looked good.
For
he
them.
was fresh, articulate. What'd Joe call him? Joe said he was clean.
And he sniffed a lot of people.
Joe knows.
Well, but it worked for the Democrats, didn't it? Because that's who he was trying
and
to
who
appeal
wasn't,
to.
and who turned out being the complete opposite of what he was portrayed as.
Which one?
Obama.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. It worked out for the Democrats.
Yeah, well,
he was everything
Vivek,
he said he was to the Democrats.
That's why we... Yeah, but to the people, they're portraying him as something else. I'm not buying the Vivek just yet. Nice guy. Too many issues in his background.
All right.
You're too easily, I think it could be possibly the homeschooling.
I know a lot of you are already on my side. And for you naysayers, I have 2 strong words for you. Come on. Come on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, sure. All right.
We'll be right back with Charlotte County Speaks on News Radio 1580 WCCF.
That's the softest I can be, is on the phone with my 89-year-old grandmother. It's the sweetest as a human being I can be is when I call her. Everyone changes their voice when they call their grandmother. If you don't, you're shattered on an emotional level. I don't call her like, hey, Nana, it's your special little boy. I don't do that. I go 7 octaves up. I throw some honey on that.
Hi, Nana, it's me. I'm still a little boy. I don't have hair on my ding-ding.
She's got to think I'm 6 until the very end, all right? I think that's actually a good test, ladies. You should have your boyfriend call his grandma right in front of you. More than likely, you have nothing to worry about. More than likely, he's got great-grandma voice. You should maybe marry him. You are running a chance that he might call her and be like, where's that $5 check in my birthday card? Next time I see you, Wrinkles, it's gonna be all hip punches.
Back when rock and roll was very hairy and lots of makeup.
And tight pants.
Yes, tight
Lots
pants.
of tight pants.
Leopard
Leopard tight pants.
Tight
yeah.
pants.
Yes.
News Radio 1580, 100.9 FM, WCCFradio.com. Charlotte County Speaks, 944 with the Bon Jovi.
The Bon Jovi. And on this day in 1959, Richie Sambora, the guitarist for Bon Jovi, was born. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Left the band in 2013. And I watched the documentary on Hulu. It was pretty good.
Did you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Bon Jovi cried a little bit too much, but it was good. And so I guess Richie and John are not very talkative anymore.
Didn't they just have a new album that came out?
Yeah, but he's not on it.
Oh, well, and it died. Too.
Yeah.
It debuted at 5 and then fell off the top 200.
Their 2020 album, I guess that was kind of.
Oh well, what are you going to do?
But see, I guess they released the documentary to preempt the new record. Yeah, it didn't work. But Bad Medicine here, Richie Sambora was dating some girl that he found out was a hooker, and they were filming some commercial for a Japanese camera stuff, and there was this liquid of like black and he thought of that title, Bad Medicine, and then Bon Jovi wrote the song. There you go.
Okay, there it is.
So don't date hookers.
Don't
That's
date
the
a
moral
hooker.
of the story.
Yes, that is always the moral of the story. Hi, caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Ken and Mike.
Hey, how's Dua Lipa doing?
Yeah.
I actually
got her on
that's
loop
an
in his
assignment I'm going to
bathroom.
have for you, Mike. I was going to get to it later because I have a few items. But everybody knows that Chris Stapleton's a great singer, right?
Yes,
Country
we like
singer.
Chris.
Okay, guess what I found? I found a duet that Dua Lipa did with Chris Stapleton.
Nice. Of course he did.
Check this out. Check this out. She can sing. Anybody who has any doubt about her ability,
No, she's
to
got
sing,
talent. No, definitely she's got talent.
do me a favor before you get off the air today.
Yeah.
Check out this duet with Chris Stapleton and Dua Lipa.
What's
I
it
Think
called?
I'm in Love with You. It was at the Academy of Country Music Awards. I'm telling you, she can sing.
Okay.
I just
Yeah,
found
everybody's doing country these days. Everybody's crossing over to country
because they're realizing it sells.
As if country didn't suck enough.
Yeah.
Chris Stapleton is the only shining light. There's a lot of great country bands. You're just not hearing them. Out there.
I love the Red Clay Strays.
Red Clay Strays
They're
are
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some great
That Tyler.
what would be considered alt country.
Yeah, the guy
AAA.
that I saw open for the Stones, Tyler something, he was really good too.
Yeah. I brought him up.
Yeah.
He's got one or two songs in the system. But
Yeah.
there is some good country. You're just not hearing it. You're hearing all this. I don't know what it is. It ain't
Garbage.
country.
It's garbage.
Garbage, I tell you.
It's garbage.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a few things for you.
Okay.
First of all, Biden does not need a cognitive test. The man's been brain dead for years.
Yeah.
The only people that need cognitive tests are the people that are voting for Biden.
Yeah, ain't that the
These
truth?
are sick individuals. The Nathan's hot dog contest, everybody's upset about the
Joey
fact
Chestnut.
that Joey Chestnut was not allowed to compete this year.
Yeah, and the guy who won, Joey would have smoked him.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Did you see the guy drinking the gallon of lemonade?
No.
Oh, and the guy next to him who couldn't keep it down.
Well, who could keep a gallon of lemonade down without puking it up?
The guy who did, you could see it, and he did it. 27 seconds.
A gallon of lemonade in 27 seconds? Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Bad. Very bad.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. It's stupid.
Well, fans of the contest, to the hot dog contest, should not worry because Chris Christie said he would be there next year.
Oh, it's Chris though.
Yeah.
He's Christie. He would never win.
No.
I mean, no, because
He's a
that guy
buffet
likes
man.
He's a buffet man, but he
takes his
likes his
time.
hot dog. He'd be making love to that hot dog. He'd be like rubbing it on his lips and taking little bites. He wouldn't win. Two hot dogs, three tops.
Did you see the video of the guy at the baseball game where it was like dogs at the park day, and the guy had his chihuahua and he was feeding him the hot dog, and the little chihuahua, it might have been a dachshund, was just like biting like big chunks out of it.
Yeah, I don't know. So what else you got?
What else you got?
Yeah, do you guys like Jordan Peterson?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I'm watching a lot of his podcasts recently.
He's great. He's a great guy. He's putting up with a lot of crap up there in Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been watching several of his podcasts in the last few weeks. He did one about a week ago. I have to recommend this one. It's with Paul Kangor, who wrote a book about Karl Marx, and he interviewed him for about an hour and a half. It's worth every minute of listening to or watching. Karl Marx was a Satanist. He documents in the book that Karl Marx was died in a war Satanist. He would actually go into churches and disrupt the services, and he also was a total degenerate who didn't even bathe. Can you believe this?
Well, I've seen the pictures.
Yeah. I mean, really,
Wouldn't surprise
the
me,
hair
really.
gives it away.
Yeah. And on the flip side, the guy who was born the same year as Frederick Douglass, or as Karl Marx, was Frederick Douglass.
Yes.
Frederick Douglass, born into slavery,
Yes.
learns to read,
Died a millionaire.
gains his freedom, and becomes one of the best orators of his time. And when you look at what Karl Marx was bitching about, and you see what Frederick Douglass rose from and achieved in his life, you would say, I urinate on anything that Karl Marx wrote or believes in. Anybody that believes in any of his ideologies.
I spit upon.
Spit upon you. Tuh. Hock tuah.
That wasn't even planned, folks.
Yeah. Well, the man. When you finish, or either read the book or watch the podcast, you'll understand what's going on today. Because these people on the left, they're diabolical.
Evil.
They're not just leftists. They are diabolical. They don't believe in anything.
No.
They don't believe in any God. There's no
Soulless
afterlife that they believe in. They just want to create utopia on Earth.
But they never get it.
Utopia
They never
in
get
their
it.
eyes, which doesn't
And
exist.
there was a couple of videos that Charlie Kirk had, and it's that same mentality.
Oh, yeah.
Even in these college kids.
Yep.
Well, that socialism hasn't really even been tried.
And that's
Real
why
socialism.
And that's why it can't
You
just
guys
die
are the
out because
dumbest
they're
bunch
just
of freak
stupid.
shows.
Yeah.
They're idiots. Well, he wasn't, now they're turning on Obama. Obama wasn't left enough. Nobody's left enough. It never goes their way. You'll never achieve utopia, but you can't. The only utopia you can achieve is the one that you create for yourself. A government will never give you utopia. A government will always give you chains.
Preach it, sister.
Anything else?
Yeah, one of the quotes he has of Karl Marx is that everything needs to be destroyed. These people are destructive, total nihilists.
Yes.
They're disgusting. They're disgusting people. And
But
Mike,
guess
you
what?
were right yesterday when you said that the biggest issue, at least for me, is that that we've had 12 million illegals enter the country under Biden in the last 4 years, and they're here. They're raping and murdering innocent Americans.
Yep.
I pointed out on your show years ago, Ken, that this criminologist documented that they migrate here 3-to-1 male to female.
Mm-hmm.
So that means they come here, the men, they're looking for an outlet, a sexual outlet. And I want to tell you something, all you left-wing Democrats, you better protect your wives and your children and your grandchildren, because the migrants...
They're kind of rapey.
A percentage of them are going to rape and murder your loved ones.
It's
So wake
weird.
up.
This year, the migrants are going to outdo teachers in the number of rapes that they commit, and that's like a first. I think that's a first.
That's why the woman from the education thing said we must win
all the things.
So they realize they're losing in the rapey thing.
Yeah.
So they're trying to work on that.
Okay.
Anyway, we're going to miss you, Mike. You're going to be gone for a couple of weeks.
Well, I should be able to make the show on Wednesday, and I'll be driving back on Thursday because I got gigs on the weekend, which I have to plug this hour.
Right.
But
next hour.
Yeah. So I'll be. I should be able to Skype in on Wednesday and call in on Thursday, but I might miss speaking. I might miss next Thursday, but I should be able to be on the show Wednesday.
All right.
So this is like a summer home? Is that what it is?
Yeah. Play investment property up in the mountains. So
Okay,
it's a lot of
we
trips
need
right
we
now.
need good conservative young people in this area, and I think you do a great job, Mike, and you're a great addition to the show. And Ken already knows I love him, so you guys are the best.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, we
I
love you
appreciate
too.
it.
We love you too.
Okay. I know you love us almost as much as you love Dua Lipa.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she's my girlfriend.
Bye now. Thanks for the call, bud. 206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. We have an incident here.
An incident? Oh, no.
Of people trying to relive Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Uh-oh. You can't just automatically run into a parade and join a float.
Dealership in Connecticut in a world of hurt.
Uh-oh.
Couple of employees took a rare 2018 Chevy Camaro out for a joyride that was in for service and totaled it.
Oh.
The Camaro only had 989 miles on it. The owner had taken it to the dealership for some kind of service. He gave it explicit instructions. The car was not to leave the lot. It didn't happen. Service advisor and another employee took the car out, floored it to 90, lost control, ate a guardrail.
Oh.
The car had been appraised at $97,000.
Yeah.
Driver was ticketed in the crash. Dealership is in much bigger trouble.
Yes.
They're being sued, and probably safe to say that they're suing them for more than $100,000.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And a new car.
Oh, at least one.
Yes.
At least one.
Yes.
206-1580, toll free, 888-441-1580. Somebody named, maybe I should click on this headline. Somebody named Ellen DeGeneres is quitting show business. Leaving show business. Recent show.
2 years after the show gets canceled?
Yeah. She's quitting showbiz after her final Netflix special airs later this year.
Oh, actually going back to comedy?
I don't know what she's doing.
Or trying?
Well, she's done a couple of specials since she bailed.
Yeah.
But during a recent show, she said, quote, "This is the last time you're going to see me. After my Netflix special, I'm done." When a fan asked her if she'd ever voice Dory from Finding Nemo again, she said, quote, "No, I'm going bye-bye. Remember."
Until Disney comes up to her and says, "We'll give you a
Who
lot
broke
of
Ellen?
money."
Who broke Ellen?
She did it to herself. Mean person.
Is she
mean
really?
to her people. Remember, there was all the
I
stories.
know,
She was mean to all her people.
But
just like Lizzo.
And her flute.
Yeah. That was sad. Seeing her play the Thomas Jefferson flute.
Yeah.
And twerk in the Library of Congress while playing it.
Hey, that rich aunt of yours that you're really hoping sets you up fine in the will.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Aretha Franklin?
She might not leave you as much as you think. The idea of being cryogenically frozen when you die has been gaining steam among the rich people with no brains at all or biological knowledge at all.
Yeah.
They're still on it, on that kick, and Bloomberg just did a big article on how financial planners are trying to figure out how to preserve your fortune as well as your body so that when they wake you up, you got some cash.
You'll have some CBDC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't leave yourself money when you die.
No, you can't.
Apparently.
No.
And most
you gotta
states
pay
have
taxes.
limits on how long trust funds can last. And in a lot of states, it's around 100 years. Florida's the longest, 1,000.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
you know, for some of those people in Boca Raton.
Yeah, that's true. Del Boca Vista.
Wow. They're trying to create something called a revival trust now. One estate lawyer says he's worked with around 100 clients who want to be frozen. Dumbasses. It won't work.
They're paying them.
The first somebody's going to unplug you. You know, trust me.
To plug in the vacuum.
Yeah, you're
cleaner.
going to be rancid meat. It really gets complicated when you parse out the different ways you could be revived. Like, are you the same person if they only thaw out your brain? What if they just upload your consciousness to a computer, and do clones count?
Yeah.
So they talked to a 76-year-old guy in Michigan who's trying to plan for life after death. He's putting $100,000 in a revival trust, with the rest going to his daughter and a foundation he set up. $100,000 ain't gonna buy you a gallon of milk in 100 years.
No, and all I think about is South Park. Oh, we'll reinvest here, and it's gone.
We'll be back.
WCCF Punta Gorda.
News Radio 1580.
Charlotte County's only news talk radio station, serving you around the clock.